So let's go ahead and hop over into mission control here. See what they've got available for us. Explore Kerbin. Return to Kerbin from orbit. No, I don't think we want that one right now. Experiments around the Space Center. That should be pretty easy, right? So let's take that. The astronaut complex, the space plane hangar, the assembly building, and the crawlerway. Shouldn't be a big problem. What else do we have? We don't want any of those quite yet. And I thought there would be, I could be mistaken. Here it is. No, that's not it. Duh, I just looked at that one, right? Thought sure there would be one to launch a rover. But I suppose there isn't. I thought sure I seen it. Well, anyway, let's check around here and we'll see what we can do. I think I'm going to do a little rover to do these science experiments, which means we'll be using the spaceplane hangar. And just like the assembly building, there's not a whole lot difference. One you're building a plane, or at this point we're going to build a rover instead of a rocket. Uh, it it's not too dissimilar on how things work. Oftentimes forget which way is the front and which way is the back. So this side here with the two small plates should be the front side, or at least that's what I'm hoping. So first thing, you obviously want to put some wheels on your rover. You're not going to get very far without them, right? So let's try to make something. Yeah, it's a little goofy, huh? Yeah, one of these days I'll remember how these buttons work. I used to be really good at this. Well, maybe not really good. Just better than I am now. We want to put a couple wheels on here. It might have actually been easier to launch this from the assembly building. Let's rotate those around and bring them back out and bring them up a little. If I remember, there we go. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. I just obviously have forgotten or don't know. Hopefully the clack of the keys down there isn't coming through too awful bad. Does that look okay? You know what? That looks okay. I think we can roll with that. And of course, for whatever reason, didn't quite work out up front, so we're gonna have to do it ourselves. Can't just copy and paste. I guess if I didn't bottom my keys out, I suppose that's a real bad habit of mine. When I use them, I tend to just smash them, which is probably why keyboards oftentimes don't last as long as they should. And we can rotate that around. And it doesn't look quite even, so let's uh let's see. Yeah, obviously not even at all, right? Completely off. Let's try to do something a little different. The tilt is off. Might need to tilt that back in just a bit. See how that looks. It looks pretty good for me. It's not perfect. Doesn't need to be perfect, I guess. We're not going really far. I'm going to stick a couple batteries on here. Yeah, there it is. I wonder if that would make a difference. Obviously, it doesn't. There we go. One of these days, I'll remember how to do that the right way. Got a couple batteries, maybe a couple more batteries, like that. I wonder if you stuck them on this side, if it would work better. Just take a new part and stick it. Nah, I guess it doesn't matter. Going to need a little antenna on there, so we'll just stick that on the front. Obviously, going to need a few science experiments, no problem. Thermometer, and of course, we can use the let's see, what is that? The seismic accelerometer. Hopefully, I didn't butcher that one. Right? we'll put this about, probably want to put that in the center so when it extends, it doesn't make it too wobbly. Of course, I'm guessing with these wheels, it's probably going to be super stable, right? So, do I have any? I don't have any solar panels, but we should be okay without them. I think that's all we need, most likely. Probably just for safety's sake, let's stick a couple more batteries on there. That ought to be way more than enough charge to get us where we're going. So, put a little name on it so we know what it is in case I ever had to go back and use it again. I'll save it and see how it goes. Ah, you have to excuse me there. Turn the microphone off. Hopefully you didn't hear me take a coughing fit there. So I'll activate the antenna. Looks like we got some control. Turn the brakes on. And, yep, there we go. Take out some science. Obviously, I didn't extend the magnometer, the magnetic device thing. Yeah, that thing. One of them. We'll just go ahead and throw these out real fast. Nobody's reading the flavor text. Alright, that one's kind of funny. For some reason, the magnetic field lines are continuously changing directions. It's almost if someone is running around in circles around the runway with the giant magnet. Let's see how terribly this goes. Oh, front is back and back is front. Guess I need to turn around. I'm not too terribly good at building rovers. Yeah, I think we might be fighting each other, so let's turn off steering for those. I don't think this is going to work so well. We may have to go back to the drawing board on this one. I think I've messed something up. 'Cause we like to go in circles, and I think it's because the wheels aren't quite level. So we'll call that a flight success, not an entirely failed mission, because we at least did something out of it. And it didn't cost us anything. So let's try it in the assembly building. It might work out a little better for me in here. I think the symmetry works a little better, or maybe I'm just not very good at constructing rovers in the uh, spaceflight hangar. So put some wheels on it. Ah, see, that works way better. Except for the, yeah, that doesn't work so good, but it works well enough. I wonder if these will be much better than the other ones. They're obviously quite a bit smaller, so we're not going to have as much of a ground clearance, I suppose. But it looks about even. Might slap a third set on there. And they're not even. Bring them down to the bottom. Is that even? It looks kind of even. It's close enough, right? Close enough. Slap some batteries on it. Slap some batteries on that side. So what are those? Those are 400 electrical charge each. So that ought to be enough. It's 1600. Should be plenty. Don't really need a whole lot of anything else. Checking over it, make sure I haven't missed anything new or exciting that we could use here. And why not put two antennas on there, right? So now it's even. It's nice and evenly spaced. You can do that. And they're like this. Oh, don't need so many of those. And of course, on the other side, it's redundant. It's a redundant set of experiments, but nice. It makes it look even. They're not completely flush with the rest of this craft, which will probably drive me bonkers if I don't fix it. It doesn't have to be perfect, just better than it was. I can probably live with that. Don't need two of these. That would be a little goofy. And if I remember, do we have any landing legs? We don't have any legs. I don't see any if we do. Uh, Sometimes the problem with these is that if you get in like a pickle or if you perform uh, erratic maneuvers, it likes to tip over. So a little tip that I learned, obviously, like many things that I learned it from the internet. If you have a landing leg, you can stick a landing leg on the front or the back, and sometimes even the top. And if you flip over, if you get stuck, you can extend the landing leg, and it'll use it kind of like maybe like a jack or a wedge, and it'll flip you back over, put you wheels down. Hopefully, you want to stay wheels down, but if you don't, you can use that little trick to help you out. We might just take these and stick them like this. So at least if it does travel way too far, at least we'll have like a bump stop. We'll use these wheels like a little bump stop. And sometimes I'm really bad at driving these. So this will be like an extra little bump stop. If you go too far forward, hopefully it should hit the ground and stop me from tilting completely over. Well, that's the theory anyway. Of course, you don't want it too low, or you're not going to be able to clear any obstacles on the ground, and you'll get stuck everywhere. But now let's try that one. It's a little different, but we have to go down this way anyway, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. We got to go to the crawler way, and I forget what else. I'll have to look. I forget things fairly easy, I suppose, sometimes. Oh, better activate the antennas, right? And for whatever reason, that doesn't seem to work. Yeah, put that back up there. There we go. And I think we can probably just leave that up. Ah, you see what I mean? See how that kind of bounces around a lot? Maybe if I put them a little bit lower, but that should hopefully catch us at least from flipping completely out. I probably need to adjust the wheels because it's way too torquey, it seems like. Wants to flip over all the time. So these wheels, what if you invert them? Yeah, that'll probably make it turn a little faster. We'll disable steering on these. And let's disable those. The middle wheels can have some extra. Well, I don't know if you want to have extra braking power on the middle wheels. Let's see how that goes. Oh yeah, turn the brakes off. That'll help, right? Can't go anywhere with the brakes on. Uh, let's take off over here. Should be the crawler way here. We need science experiments from that. I feel like maybe the weight is shifted around quite a bit because that experiment is sticking way out the top there. I'm sure it's not helping, right? See, right there. I always do that. Do stuff like that constantly. If it hadn't been for that little wheel, we'd been flipped right over. It's me being in a hurry. If I'd chill out and relax a little, probably wouldn't have that problem. Wonder if we disable these steering and just use the front wheels for steering. Oh, I see what's going on. It's because I'm using. Yeah, I should probably put the wheels on individually next time. I'll figure it out one day. Isn't this a crawler way? This should be considered the crawler way, shouldn't it? Heh, guess not. I thought this was. Guess it isn't. Let's see what our contract says. Active. I need the complex, astronaut complex, the space plane hangar, the assembly building, and the crawler way. So I thought this was the crawler way. Let's hop up on this. This may actually lead us to the crawler way. Ah, see there? I was right on it. Okay, good enough. Great. Go ahead and spam all the science. I should probably adjust that. I thought I adjusted the audio down, so we'll have to see after this comes out. See how well it turns on and off, or how well it translates into a video. We'll turn these off. We don't need them on. But as you can see, if it wouldn't been for me putting that little wheel on the front like I did, we'd done flipped right straight over. So a ghetto bump stop, I guess, using the wheel to stop from flipping over. I don't know. It works. Works for me. Good enough. Looks like we have this experiment done. So I need to check out the assembly building right straight ahead. The spaceplane hangar should be right over there. The astronaut complex is behind the assembly building. So let's run up here and check it out. Oh, well, we run right into that. Stopped us dead. Yeah, I'll figure it out here in a minute. Well, I'll get her going in the right direction. I wonder if we can get over that. Is that wheel going to stop us? Nah, it won't stop us. We just can't get up there because the wheels aren't big enough. Oops. Yeah, we'll set the brake. Okay, spam through all that. Just collecting some little extra science here and there. That should be the assembly building. Whoop. Eh, dang it. Controls seem to be kind of wonky. Let's go over here to the spaceplane hangar. So it's like it's backwards. Like I push right and it turns left. Like D should turn right, right? Because WSAD should be, forward, backwards. D should be right, S should be left. So it seems to be backwards. That's probably because I inverted these. Ah, there we go. No, I didn't invert them. I should have inverted them. And now they are inverted and work in the way that they should. Or I think they should anyway. Works for me. Uh, yeah, seems like it. There we go. No, didn't take it. Ah, get all the science. Hopefully that's not ear-piercingly loud. I know it can be if I'm playing, just regular, not recording. Sometimes if I don't watch it and I've got my volume turned up way too high, it's like an ear-piercingly loud screech. Let's see what else we got going on over here. So what do I need? I need the astronaut complex. That should be this one, right? Because back there, that's mission control, and yeah, this should be the astronaut complex. Yeah, it looks like I didn't find it. I guess some of these are a little picky. I think the last time I tried this, it was right over here is where I had it picked up. So let's see here. Ah, yeah, got it. There it is. I probably need to figure out why that doesn't work. Let's go ahead and put that in, and that should be it. We should have that contract completed, and we do. Look here, got some experiments. We got $30,000 for this. I guess that's a milestone, maybe. The contract gave us $5,500, another 69, $5,300, 77. Well, we got a good amount, so we should recover this for the full amount. So let's go ahead and recover it, bring it back. We'll unlock some new parts with our newly acquired science. Survivability, take up most of that. I think we can afford to go ahead and grab this. Fuel cells, and one of these is pretty neat. This one right here, it's it has its own fuel in it, and it lasts for a little while. It gives you electric charge. I like to use that early on when I was giving a test run. And right here is the landing strut I was talking about. If you get knocked over, you can just put the landing strut down and it puts you back up right. Parachutes, very important. Well, they're important if you'd like to get back to Kerbin in one piece, right? Hmm. I think the next thing I may go for is flight. Let's see what kind of contracts we got going on here. Explore Kerbal. Yeah, we need to come back from orbit. I don't want to work on that right now. The tracking station, space plane hangar. We'll take that one. That's easy money, right? That's 30,000. That's roughly 30, and that's about $50,000. We can use the extra funding. What else we got? I don't really like doing part testing missions. I do them. I will accept them on occasion if I'm, if I need that last bit of funding, or if I'm in a pickle, in a bind, I'll use them. Orbit and recovery, moon flyby. I don't know, is it moon or moon? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I just call it the moon. It's all the same to me. So let's see if we can launch our little rover again. Of course, in case you didn't catch that, I didn't have to go to the assembly building because I already have this built and saved. So I just click on the launch pad. It's the last thing that I had. It's the auto save ship. All I have to do is launch it. I can launch it without having to go through the assembly building. That's handy. Most of the times, like if you're launching the same mission or a similar mission over and over again, because if you need to rename it, you can always just click here and hit rename vessel. Sometimes I do that. Like I set up a rocket with a satellite on it to put like a communications network around Kerbin, and I'll just launch the same vessel, over and over again, maybe four, five, six, seven of them, however many I feel necessary or feel like doing at the time. And what I'll do is just keep launching them from the pad. Makes it easy. You don't have to keep jumping into the assembly building. It saves you a little time from uh, inverted. And this is inverted. Maybe that'll make it. Yeah, right is right. I wish you could adjust the suspension on these. Maybe I can, but I don't know how. I'm not entirely sure. So anyway, and like I said, I forgot again. What are we doing here? The tracking station over this way. The space plane hangar is over there. Administration is also over there. A seismic scan. Okay, no problem. Administration, pressure scan. This one is space plane hangar, and over here it's tracking station. So let's start over this way first. It seems like it does drive a little better without that sticking way at the top. And if I turned on, yeah, that's probably better. If you turn on caps lock, it I guess enables. I think it's called soft controls, and it basically instead of on or off, I guess it kind of helps lessen the impact of your movement, so you don't throw it full tilt. You don't turn it full right, you don't turn it full left. Makes it a little easier to control space planes and other planes and rovers too. Probably even rockets, I guess, depending on what you're doing. I should have put those little legs on there so I could show you, but this seems to be working well enough, right? But like in this situation, like if I'd have stopped real hard and then it went to flip over, if I'd have had a landing leg on the front side of here instead of the wheel, instead of this wheel right here, if I'd had a landing leg and you get flipped over, you can just put the landing leg down and knock you back over, back onto your wheels. That looks kind of goofy, so let's let the suspension reset a little. There we go. Throw all of that out real quick. Turn that on. Obviously we forgot to turn on our antennas, so turn those on. Of course, every one of these are going to have stored data. And let's turn that back in. I should probably just put that on an action key, on a hotkey, so I can just open and close it real easy. So got that one done. I think the next one was over here at the administration building. Let's just see how well it handles, right? Let's just go wide open. I don't think any disaster or full thing is going to happen, but if it does, you get a giggle out of it, maybe. Maybe we can Dukes a hazard right over this jump. I doubt it. We're not going fast enough. Nah, we didn't even get in the air. Too heavy. Not enough. Not enough engine. Right? Need a bigger motor. Which I guess these would be electric motors. There's no engine on it. Not that it matters. You probably knew what I meant anyway, right? Maybe I should build one with the big wheels and see just how fast I can go. See if I can jump it in the air or something just for some kicks. This should be the administration building. Ah, it's got a telescope on top of it. You know, it's been a really long. Uh oh. Yeah, see, if I'd have had a landing leg on there, I could fix this problem. But unfortunately, I do not have a landing leg on the side of the rover, so I think we're pretty much stuck. Oh, I wonder if this will work. Let's see if that works. Maybe, maybe not. No, not gonna work. Figures. And we're stuck. But we didn't break nothing at least, huh? Ah, we have returned to the surface. Well, we weren't even gone. Like we never left the surface. I guess we're gonna have to recover the vessel. Put it back into the assembly building. Why they couldn't just come out and flip it over for us, I don't know. But it is what it is. I can't believe I said that. Something that I hear it work a lot. Let's work on this a little. Let's actually, just so I can kind of show you and give you an idea of what I was talking about. Let's take this and we can probably take one of these off. So, yeah, that looks a little goofy, right? It doesn't seem like it's going to fit, but it might fit on the top. And we don't want it pointing that way or that way or that way or that way or any of those directions. Nope. Yeah, there. That might work. And then let's angle it this way. So, like the idea is, even though that looks goofy as all get out because it's hanging on there, like if you were flipped over, you would just extend. You would extend this out, and it would flip you back over, right? But I'm gonna try really hard not to flip back over. We don't want to save. We don't want to save this. We're just gonna load that back up and do our best not to flip it over this time. Which I think we only have just a couple of experiments left to perform. And I understand this may not be too terribly exciting, but sometimes Kerbal Space Program isn't always exciting. It's fun. It's always fun. I always enjoy playing it. The tracking station. I didn't get the one thing that I was over there. I didn't get it, so I have to go back. I need a telemetry report from the spaceplane hangar, and the administration needs a pressure scan. So I think we can handle that, right? And a seismic scan. So that's not what I wanted. Of course, this window is in the way. So let's invert these and this, and we'll disable this. No steering. And since we're going this direction, let's just head over this way. That's what I get for going really fast last time, right? We had a little disaster. Flipped it over. Failed the mission. Not like it was a huge disaster. All they had to do is go back outside and flip it over. I guess somebody drove it back over to the launch pad for us. Isn't that nice of them? But anyway, on our way over here. Shouldn't be too much longer. I guess in hindsight I could have done this and maybe cut it all out, but I guess I'm just going to upload the raw footage. That's what I like to see. A lot of times I like to just I like to see people play. I like to see them build. You know, everybody builds things differently. I'm not very good at it, but you know, maybe you'll see something that I do and you go, "Oh, that's neat," or maybe you can use it somehow. Uh, this is mission control, so let's get these done. Is that part of the contract? I don't remember. Space plane hangar. I need to go to administration, and I'm at mission control. Figures. So let's head on over to the spaceplane hangar since that is the nearest, I think. We'll back up here and turn around. It's a good thing I hadn't went to all the trouble to take this to another planet or the moon or something, and then I take it out there and do something silly and flip it over. That would be quite frustrating, right? The spaceplane hangar should be able to get our data here this time. I should maybe probably just turn that off. I guess I enjoyed it when I was playing, but it may not be enjoyable. I don't know if it doesn't bother you. If it does bother you, you can leave me a comment either way. I'd like to know. And if you don't like it, I can try to figure out how to turn it off. If you don't mind it, I can leave it the way it is. Spaceplane hangar. So now I need to go to the administration building and the administration building because I've been to the spaceplane hangar and the tracking center is done. So I need to go to the administration, and I'll remember that's mission control. I don't remember. Maybe administration is down this way. I think it is. I think that's the administration building, and this is the astronaut complex. Hard for me to remember. I guess we'll find out when I get over here. So anyway, thank you for watching if you've watched this far, and I hope you're having a good day. I know there's not exactly a lot going on here, so I'll fill in a few things, but I hope your day's been good. If it hasn't been good, I hope you have a better day tomorrow. My day's been fairly well so far. There's not much going on with me. Looks like that'll complete our contract, so we can go ahead and park this up, put that back in, make sure contract is complete. Yeah, go wait, little window. Contract's complete, $30,000. Looks like we got a completed contract. I think that's all. We'll just go ahead and recover this vessel, see if we can do any more uh, part researching, upgrading in the science center over here. How much science do we have? Looks like we got 22 science. Is that enough to get something? Doesn't look that way. So we got to do without, which shouldn't be a problem. I think we can do just fine. What's this say? Return from orbit. You know what? I could probably manage that. There's another perform around the Space Center. R&D, R&D, R&D. Every bit of this is R&D. And it's worth $30,000. I'm not going to take it because I'm sure you've seen enough rovers for today, right? So let's get something else. Climate study. What's this? No, don't need that. What else we got? Uh, Orbit and recovery. Okay, fine. We can orbit and then land. Moon flyby. I think we'll hold off on that one. It'll probably be a soon. Soon, I'd say we will do that. And we obviously don't want to kick off tourism. So what we got here? We need to come back from orbit, and we need to come back from orbit. Okay, shouldn't be a problem, right? How much does it cost to upgrade this? I don't think that's a problem. I think this will be need upgraded first because of the part limit. But if we look at our contract here, what are we getting? We got a advance of $2,800. This one's an advance of 10, so about $12,000 to make a rocket, and then the rest of it's gravy, right? Because there's $30,000 after we're done, and $5,200 and a completion bonus. So as long as we're under $12,000, we shouldn't be a problem. Because our other rocket was, I believe, way below the one we actually put in space, the first one we ever sent to orbit, way below it, right? So let's see what we got. It's let's open this up. I think it was actually way overbuilt. There's no parachutes on it, so it certainly can't come back, right? It's up there forever and ever. It's never coming back. It's stuck. I think we can. Well, it's $8,000, $8,300, so almost $8,400. We don't really need a lot of the science experiments, so we can throw them away. We need the Communitron though. It's kind of important. We'll throw that away. We don't need the magnometer, mag thing. Yeah, whatever. You know that thing I can't pronounce that does sciencey stuff. It's we don't need a reflectron. I do want to put a better antenna on it, so that maybe something that's got a little bit more range. Don't know. Where does it say? Hmm. I don't know where it says how much range it has. Uh, I am not entirely sure. You know what? Let's stick a couple of these on here. Where can we put these that it's still inside the fairing? Is that inside the fairing? It is not inside. We can wiggle them on there about right there. That looks like a good place. Does that look silly? Nah, it don't look too bad. We could probably finagle them around there so it doesn't look as bad. Let's set them back down in there just a hair. Set them back over, maybe just a little. You know what? That's probably not too awful bad. Can we extend it so I see what it looks like? Ah, yeah, that'll work. I think that'll work just fine. And we can probably put something else on there. I don't want to put anything super expensive, like a 700 bucks. I ain't putting that on there. So we're just gonna send it back. So, let's put some parachutes on it. Where would parachutes be? I'm sure there's a category under the parachute category. That's where I would look for parachutes, right? That makes sense. Let's put that on there. We don't want to put it. I want to put it. Let's move this so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, we want it there, and then we're gonna put that there. Oh, that's great. Let's change the name of this. It's number 2, right? This is the second in the series, so let's go ahead and save it. I think we can make it to space. Let's change this a little. I think we will go to space today. We don't need 5. I want 4. Roughly spaced as thus. And I think I'm going to go 4 of these. And about like that. No reason. No particular reason. The other one worked just fine, so obviously this would have worked just fine. But now it's a little different, right? So let's check our staging, because if you remember, the last time I done this, I goofed. I done goofed there when I was launching it and blowed the fairings off a little early. Let's stick a launch stabilizer on it someplace that doesn't look completely goofy. And then let's put our engines to start first down here like that. And then we'll blow off the launch clamps. And then we'll make another stage here like that. So when we blow this off, then we'll start this engine. And then we'll make another separate stage to take care of that. And then the parachute is obviously the final stage. So, you know what? That looks good. Staging looks good. I remember to do that this time. No sticky note required. Uh, it's okay. Hopefully, what happens is that the rocket launches and does not rip the fins off the bottom of her. Well, I guess we're about to find out, right? We shall see.